So this is a follow basically, because my mic didn't work then and now it wants to work. Yeah, so for the, just deleted some plots. For the shulker or the ender chest, you're going to want to have a ton of blocks and as much gunpowder and an equal amount of paper, and then like the rest of your steak and stuff, you'll get shulker boxes later on. Let me go respawn the ender dragon. Basically, I think you'll start over at the same spot, but as soon as it starts, there's probably a couple things you're going to want to do. While this is going, I'll show you some things. So, like in the video you saw after the fight, you really should do this before the fight. Just build a pretty decently big roofed area so that if any endermen want to come at you, they can't get you, because it's 2 blocks tall instead of 3. And then, oh, I just missed that. Then you just want to, by the way, that deals like way too much damage, like, yeah, 1.5 hearts. So, not a lot of those and you're dead. So as soon as he starts firing those, you want to run. You can take those ones out by going and then going and just shooting. You want to go up to the corner and then back a few blocks and then shoot right above that corner. And well, the bows are a little bit random in this game, so it's not, nothing is 100% reliable. There we go. You want to probably get the caged ones out first, just because they're a lot easier, or they're a lot harder to deal with than a lot of the others, except for the massive ones. Yeah, shoot down those crystals. Dang, these then you want to shoot down all of the crystals before starting to attack him. Otherwise, he'll just regain health, and that is not good. Jeez. Okay, since I can't hit that one, those 3, try one more long shot. Since I can't hit these right now, basically build up and then place a water bucket right there, so that if it comes after you, you can just get thrown into the water rather than he's about to charge. Nice, nice. My aim seems really off. I'll just try to build to the on top of this one, because you do not want to be up there while one of them is exploding. It can one-shot you with Prot 5 or Prot 4 enchanted netherite armor, so it's a little bit absurd. Oh shoot, if you're good enough, you can hit those, which is called an MLG water bucket. And those just see if there's any towers left. If there's any beams going to him, that means there's a tower left. I don't think so. Yeah, those are called MLG water buckets. If you land in water, it prevents all of damage. And it's pretty hard to pull off. You have to get the timing just right. So when you perches like this, you want to go and start trying to crit him. And because he breathes fire right there too, and he leaves so run away because he can do a massive knockback. Just try to, during this phase, try to whittle his health down with arrows. Oh. That's the most consecutive shots I've ever hit on a dragon. That's insane. Yeah, it seems like this time beating the dragon is a lot faster. As you saw before, too, you can use snowballs. Some people do, but the bow gives more distance, so I prefer the bow. You can get more power out of it, and that's usually what you need. Okay, when he starts going in like this, try to get some arrows off on him, and then watch out for the fire, the dragon's breath thing, and then go in. You can't hit his tail, you can only hit like this part, his head. Just try to get as much health down as possible. Oh, okay. He can launch you really far, so I was worried about that. Really far and really high. Like, I've been launched onto the highest towers. That's the Ender Dragon fight, easily done. I must have accidentally hit the egg, or something happened to it. But you usually want to just click the egg, it will go and teleport within not a huge area. Oh, you also want a torch on you. And then wherever the egg goes, mine 2 underneath it, and then place a torch. Like, place a torch on that block there. Or that block should be a torch, if the egg is on top of that block. And then break that block, and then it should fall down and break like the sand. Yeah, that's too hard. Then you'll want to grab some pearls to get into the like outer ends, basically. So just go under this, aggro a few of them, and preferably lead them into like a corner or something, just because then it's easier to hit more. And just kill them. Every time you kill an Ender Dragon, one of these spawns up to 20 times, I believe. And then you'll want to build up to one of these, and then throw the pearl that you just got in. And then you'll be in here grab a couple of these, maybe even like you can shoot those flower bits down. And, yeah, of course, flowers. And if you plant these on Edison level, it grows these plants just very slowly. Gosh, what is happening? Yeah, this is why you will want a lot of blocks. Because there's been times where you'll have to. There's been times where I have had to bridge across that size of a gap. It's really hard. Or it's really annoying, kind of. And basically, let me just set myself into creative mode to speed this up. Basically, you want to look for those end cities, because they will contain everything good. 0, 0. No, it's not. The main end island is 0, 0. Like where the Ender Dragon is. So, if you ever get lost, there's about I think it's 100 or 300 block gap from, there's like a ring of emptiness from the end island to this stuff. Oh, searching. I'll teach you what these, of course, fruits do. You can eat them at any time, and they teleport you within a certain radius. They give you saturation, which is good. That's why people say that golden carrots are better than steak, because with saturation, they don't heal as much physical food bars, but they like heal more saturation bars, which means that little bit will last longer. I just find it to be way too expensive for those. To speed things up, let's just do locate a city. You won't have access to that feature because it's meant for like creative mode and stuff. Ooh. Okay, this is perfect. This might have been the one that I got before. Oh my gosh, there are a lot of those. Here, let me set myself to survival mode. So these things right here are called chokers. That one just teleported away. Yeah, oh, it teleported right there. Nice. They drop those, which are shulker shells. You can use 2 of those and a chest to make a shulker box. And shulker boxes or the thing that I keep saying that will just be, it's so amazing. Shulker boxes and elytras are the game changers, basically. But when you're searching for end cities, this is a really small end city actually. The best possible scenario is that it is a very big end city with a boat, because the boats are what give you elytra. By the way, you could either bridge over, which is kind of sucks to bridge because the shulkers give you levitation, and then once the levitation ends, you fall back to the ground. How I like to do it is just throw a pearl about that. In here, there can be up to 3 instant health potions. That might be a decent way to get instant health potions if you're like low and you have gunpowder. You can just put one in there, and then it's a lot faster to do that stuff. There will always there will always be a shulker right here, and this loot is like really good. So like that's a really good iron pick. That's a good helmet. That's okay sword. That's a good sword and helmet. This is what you really want. This is why that thing right there is the entire reason that the end is worth doing. It makes going hundreds of blocks a breeze. By the way, if you are about to get hit by one of these, well, not just miss, place a water bucket down, because just shoot me. Yeah, place a water bucket down, and it will. You can hit those out of the air, by the way. Oh, I have never had an endermite spawn on me. That is the first time, and it's been a feature for so long. Place a water bucket down so that you can catch your fall, basically. Bam, no fall damage. So if you want to, you can bring a couple chests. Dang, that's really bad luck. Only one shulker shell from all of those. You'll probably get a lot more. I'm really unlucky in video games. Yeah, you can bring chests. But also, here's why you need gunpowder so much. You'll want to have gunpowder and paper. Because if you put that like that and that, you get fireworks. Fireworks you can hold in your offhand, which it's pretty good to hold in your offhand. It's what I hold in my offhand no matter what. This elytra, it has to take up your chest plate slot. And also, if you happen to have a mending or unbreaking, apply that to the elytra, save it for the elytra, save it for all of the elytras. These break at like 1 durability a second, and they have, yeah, 1 durability a second, and they have 432 durability. So they break really fast for how much flying you're going to be doing. But I like to go into this view because it's just more appealing to me. The fireworks, they'll give you a boost of speed whenever you use them and you're wearing the elytra. And as you can see, you can travel very long distances in very short periods of time. So like, man, over here. Like, back here. Also, one of the great uses for elytras is getting off of high places. This guy's kind of annoying. Yeah. So, let's say you're too scared to go down there because there's a chance that you could fall down that one black hole and almost die. You could just jump down here and then either glide around and do a lot of turns, or didn't activate it for a second. Or you can do that, or you can take advantage of the potential energy that you have from being up on a high spot and go far. Oh. Let me just give you an example of how fast elytras can go, and I'll show you basic mechanics of ender chests and shulker boxes. Okay, so I set the spawn for this world so that it's right here. Might look a little familiar to you. Let's say you are like, hey, I forgot something at the village that we found, or Tim's village. Here's how fast you can really go with these. Just, there you go. By the way, if you open up this menu, that's kind of annoying in the bottom left and right of the screen. If you look down 3 lines from your coordinates, if you go at 40 degrees down and then 40 degrees up, you basically keep all of your momentum. Oh hey, we're at the village. And you can fly almost infinitely by doing the 40 degree trick. Yeah. On the very right of where it says facing east, then you can, yeah, it's so fast. Yeah, something that I see you using a lot for elytra is like for every time you want to go to the hotel, you always have to jump down here to the water. Unless you want to take fall damage, which it's not worth breaking your arm over. You can just glide down to the hotel and boom, you're at it. Here's how the ender chest works. You basically can place it somewhere. I'd recommend putting all of these like in your house or something. You will have, what I do in my world is I have it full of shulker boxes. Just so that I have a ton more storage. But basically, like I can take out that much cobble, throw it away, accidentally throw it at shulker box, it's fine. Then you can place one down over here and it still have the same stuff, so you can go like that with it. And then walk over here, and it has the same stuff in the same orientation and the same. It keeps everything. This is like what I mean by it's kind of like a pocket dimension, because it really is. With the here's how you craft the shulker boxes. You put a chest in the middle, and then shulker boxes on top and bottom of it. Or shulker shells on top and bottom of it. Then you can like place it down. It removes it from your inventory. Let me just make it peaceful so it's a lot easier. So it's a lot less annoying. You cannot put shulker boxes in shulker boxes, otherwise you could go like that infinitely and you wouldn't ever lose anything. You could have infinite storage within a single block, and then you could access that anywhere if that shulker box that stores every other shulker box in it is in your ender chest. It's really, yeah. So like, the shulker box is like a pocket dimension that you have to carry with you. Yeah. Then you break it with a pickaxe, then you can like take it somewhere else, place it down, you have access to the same stuff. These are life changing. Also, it shows you some of the stuff that you have in it. The shulker boxes in Elytra are why I'm pushing you so hard to beat the Ender Dragon really fast. It's really, really useful for anything you're doing. Like, yeah. What I usually do in my survival worlds is I fill up the ender chest with that, and then I always carry like 5 ender chests on me. By the way, you cannot break an ender chest with a non-silk touch pickaxe, otherwise you get obsidian. And you lose the one pearl. Eye of Ender. So like, yeah. And then, if you die, I have backup gear in my ender chest and shulker box because I keep those everywhere. This is really where Minecraft for me starts getting really fun. Because instead of being limited by, you know, it takes 2 in-game days to go to, or it takes like a minute in-game to go to the zombie farm. And we're already here. Takes a while to get back. Bam, we're already back. Like, it's really insanely useful. Also, yeah, this pumpkin farm is really good. It's pretty fast. That's about it. See you on stream.